Hi, my name is Andrea. Welcome back if you tuned in last time, and thanks for stopping by if this is your first time to the site. Waiting. How do you deal with waiting? Sometimes it feels like we spend a lot of time waiting. For the bus, for the kettle to boil, for your kids to go to sleep, to be able to go back to work, to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Waiting. What kind of waiter are you? Are you the patient type, able to withstand long lineups, to remain on hold when asked to, please wait, we'll be right with you? Maybe you're the impatient type, unable to tolerate sitting in traffic, one who experiences increasing frustration when told, just one moment, please, because we all know it's never just one moment. Waiting. Do you ever find yourself wondering, is it really worth the wait? And what about the challenge of figuring out what to do while you're waiting? If these are questions you've asked yourself, then wait no longer and welcome to this episode. I've called this one, wait for it, waiting well. Waiting is something we're all faced with at some point during our day. I started to wonder, what does it mean to wait well? Waiting well is something I need to practice, so I started to look into it and found some interesting points for us to consider. Number 1, waiting can be difficult. There, I said it. Can you think of a time when you were waiting for something and you hung in there? What was that like? Maybe what you were waiting for happened, and maybe it didn't. So maybe there is something you can learn in the process of waiting. Perhaps waiting is more than a means to an end. Number 2, waiting can help build perseverance. Waiting and perseverance can go hand in hand. The more you have to practice waiting, the better you get at persevering. And the more you persevere, the better you get at waiting. You get the picture. Yes, waiting can be difficult, but remember, like I've said before, just because something is difficult doesn't mean it's not worth doing. Number 3, how you think about waiting can impact how you wait. Sometimes I think waiting has gotten a bad rap, like waiting is some sort of punishment. Maybe that's the reason waiting has become something we dread and try to avoid. And that may start with how we think about waiting. Remember the unhelpful thinking styles? If not, feel free to go back to episodes number 5 and number 6. Here's a quick recap. Our thinking can be helpful or unhelpful, and your unhelpful thinking can impact your mood. Your thinking can fall into certain categories or styles. These thinking styles can influence your thoughts, in this case, your thoughts about waiting. Here's an example. When I was single and waiting to meet someone, the wait at times seemed like it was taking forever. It seemed like everyone around me was having better luck than me meeting that special someone. Don't get me wrong, I was happy for my friends, but deep down I started to wonder, what was wrong with me? What if I was going to be single forever? Was this going to be my story? Then I thought, well, I'm single right now, and I can choose to live my life in the moment or create a lot of upset for myself. This was a real turning point because it challenged me to consider my thoughts about waiting. While the desire to be in a relationship may have been a good one, waiting until I wasn't single didn't have to mean putting my life on hold. It meant making a choice, to live in the moment or get stuck in my waiting. Waiting can be active. Note to self, waiting doesn't mean sitting still. Sometimes the tendency while you're waiting may be to do nothing. Yes, there are times when you need to have opportunities to be still, mentally, emotionally, and physically. But I'm talking about the times when you may feel immobilized or frozen when you're in a time of waiting. In this case, the option may be to continue doing what you're already doing and do it effectively. For example, go to work, take care of your kids, participate in activities. It is possible to do what your life requires in the moment and continue to wait. By the way, my husband Dave asked me to include his favorite verse, Isaiah 40:31, as a promise and encouragement to all of you while you're waiting.
But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint.
So how can you practice waiting well? Are there some practical things you could do? Could you consider waiting as an opportunity rather than as a threat to your well-being? Could words like expectation and anticipation replace dread and frustration? Before we wrap up, here's an invitation. If you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, drop them in the comments box below. Hey, you know I like a challenge. Challenges can provide us with the opportunity for change. And change can be hard, but that doesn't mean change is impossible. Come on and take the challenge. Together we can learn to live life well. Thanks for stopping by, and see you next time.